Respected Shruta Sadhakas, welcome you all for this most beautiful everyday our endeavor and effort of trying to study the Shastras. Lots of appreciations for your consistency, for your regularity, for your seriousness and sincerity, and that's what pays, we all know. Friends, the 13 Vyaktitvas, how much we are focusing to develop within us the Lokaseva Vyaktitva to clear our debts to the world, the Dharma Stapaka Vyaktitva to clear our debts to the Rishis and Devatas, Viragi to be freed in our heart from the world, Bhakta to invoke the divine grace, Shishya to tune to the Guru, Mumukshu to know that we are bound here and there, this is how, and wanting to get liberated, Jignasu knowing that only through the Jnanam the moksha will be obtained, and this is our taught to us continuously by the gurus. Therefore, the Shrutrutva, all that is based on our decision about ourselves that we are the sadhakas, then knowing the need of parishrama, knowing the need of getting prerana from inside, and also all that we do without any comparison, competition with anyone, with the calm, cool mind within ourselves. Entire Shastras, the Jnanam guidance, because they are in Samskrita Bhasha, so the sufficient amount of Samskrita Bhasha Jnanam along with some Vyakarana. If we can focus on it, we are doing well, and our bhakti to Guru and God, Sharanagati to them, will definitely lead us higher and higher in our evolution. Friends, remember the six sources of blessings of Shruti Mata, blessings of the Guru Parampara, blessings of Sakala Devata Gana, blessings of the Jagan Mata, blessings of the Ishvara, blessings of the Parabrahma, presence of all of them, need of their blessings, Karuna, how to tune to them when we are thorough in all this theoretically and also doing practically. Most beautiful will be our life. Destination goal, anyway, we enjoy, but we should be able to enjoy the journey too. More than that, our own mental preparedness and readiness should give us that joy and inspiration. This is how we have to mold ourselves to. Friends, welcome again to the study of Shwethashwathara Upanishad, Krishna Yajurvediya, Prathamodhyaya, 11th mantra spoke to us about the two paths of Sadhya and Krama. Toward the end of this mantra in the Bhashya, Bhashyakara himself gave us all the sadhanas to be done. The five followed by the Gitokta Yogi Yunjita Satatam. All this we saw yesterday. In the 12th mantra today, therefore, Shruti Mata, from her side, the final true advice she gives. The Shwethashwathara says, if this is understood by you, what is discussed so far in the entire Upanishad, there is only one thing to be done in the world, and that thing to be done is knowing. And there is only one thing to be known in the world, and that is to know ourselves as Brahman. In that only the entire moksha is there. Be clear in this understanding, Paka in this understanding. Then the entire Upanishad, various required sadhanas are given to us. May we grasp them, may we truly involve in our sadhana towards our own siddhi. So, what is said in that 12th mantra will be studied by us today. Before that, our Sankalpa and Prarthanas. Before that, a little of our common sense thought. Today's common sense thought. Quickly going through the three Shubhechas. The first Shubhecha is all the Siddhanta Jnana of the Vedanta. I must very thoroughly and ambiguously I must understand. Shubhecha 1. In brackets, therefore, whatever is due to do for that, we should be able to know it and do it. Second Shubhecha is what? Ki all the required sadhanas systematically I must know and also I must do it. This is the second Shubhecha has to be very stronger and should become practical. The third Shubhecha is in this very life, very soon, may I experience the truth, get out of all bondage. So this is the third Shubhecha. As frequently, as quickly, or more and more, we entertain and we pray to the Lord to bless us with this. With this, so much it is good for us. Let us not forget these Shubhechas, otherwise, all the Ashubhechas will enter into our life. This is one thing today. The second thing is what? In our even daily life also, as we saw yesterday, there is umpteen number of chance that these spiritual things we do so outwardly, so mechanically that even an iota and trace of its effect is seen on us, and we can continue to be 200%, 200% only the samsari, only the worldly person, only the bhogi. That's the terrible danger of the Maya and Moha. So we have to be careful about it as we saw exhaustively yesterday. So remember these three, four things. One, preferring the dynamism, activeness of the body over the laziness and sleepiness of the body. When this happens in us, we are maturing and it should be practical. So, too, the health of the body, we are more conscious than the taste of the food and its taste. They are contradictory. If the taste food is tasty, we consume more. That is the cause of all ill health of the body. And for we, the spiritual seekers, the ill health of the body is non-cooperative. Something or the other is excessive or something or the other is abnormal. By now, we must be very clear that the food which is the cause of the nurturement and nourishment alone is the cause of the destruction of the body also. When the food is not correct, not perfect, suiting to our sadhana. So, when we give our importance to the health over the taste of the food, then we are maturing. We have to see that. In the same way, when we are valuing the power in all our faculties, indriyas, over their indulgence in various respective fields, the ears to listen, the eyes to see, you know, more than the Vishayas, Indriyas, when we have loved, when we have respected, when we have maintained, when we have managed them, when we have known the importance of them, then we are spiritually growing or our understanding is becoming clear and we are practical also. So if the sleep is given more importance, laziness is given more importance, the whole body becomes rigid and stiff, pulls towards itself the senses, mind, intellect. Such individual can never do anything in the world to achieve, forget about spirituality. Zero. So too, when we have given value to the tongue, which is endless, whole in time and whole energy goes only for that. And in that bargain again, so many unwanted things are put in the sharira that also causes so much of inconvenience, spiritual inconvenience, inconvenience for the spiritual sadhana, disturbances, distractions. The heaviness in the body, the accumulation of the fats, and the wrong foods eaten for the sake of taste. Therefore, there is a lot of what you call फिजियोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर्स द नी पेन से लेकर के जो जो आते हैं सारा एक भोजन गलत करने से ही होते हैं. So we have to know it necessary. Otherwise, we are stuck up here only. We can't go to the higher sadhanas. So the one who is really come to that maturity, ki my health is important to me than the food or the rest. Rest required, but get up and do some yoga, some asanas. Learn to keep the body active, alert all the time. Second is the indriyas. When we give value to the power and strength in the indriyas, tejas indriyas, than the bhoga that is given to Indriya, then we are truly thinkers. We are truly spiritual seekers. We have understood what our masters are saying. We have understood how they have achieved greater things. We are understanding how we also can achieve. And in life, always the two things are there, each one opposite to other. One of them is beneficial to us, other is destructive. So, among those two, choosing the beneficial, rejecting the destructive is called the utilization of the human's intellect, our intellect, right utilization of it. That consciously we have to do. Nobody else can do it. And by now, we are clear in our so many days of being on the path. It must be clear now, okay? It is I only have to do everything for me. Guru, God, they are all there. But their help is anyway coming. So much the help of the Guru, God is coming that we are not helping ourselves. Therefore, all their help is not becoming useful. So, knowing this that I have to do, so these are the two things. So, third one also, when we prefer the calmness of the mind, quietness of the mind, purity of the mind, the single pointedness of the mind over the things and beings in the world and our attachments to them, our expectations from them, our reliance or dependency on them, then also we have become spiritual, which is the most crucial thing. That I am preferring the calmness of my mind, purity of mind, agitationlessness of mind. And these are disturbed because why? Give undue value to the world of things and beings. So the one who understood it, keeping everybody, everything in their own place, valuing his own heart, his own mind, this person has become subtler. And that has to be all the time. Once in a while, knowingly, unknowingly, we do this. But that's not sadhana. Sadhana is once in a while nahi hota, all the while hota hai. And also not knowingly or unknowingly, but knowingly conscious. So knowingly, consciously, all the while being in sadhana is the lakshana of the sadhaka. Not once a while, not accidental, not as a phala of the punya, not because we are in the company of somebody, or not because somebody gave an advice that time, or we looked at someone therefore temporarily we got inspired. In these many ways, people become spiritual, but none of them are true, real, permanent. The true, real, permanent is when it is from within us, है ना? अपने अंदर से ही जब वो प्रेरणा जागृत होता है, तब जा करके correct. Third thing we saw. Now, the fourth one is another essential thing. Ki when we prefer over our intellect's subtlety, it's a, what do you call, inquiry about the truth, inquiry about the Shastra Jnana over the intellect's gathering unwanted information of the world, which is of no consequence. Spiritually, तो वो obstruction ही है. Our intellect is fully engaged in gathering information regarding the world that adds up only to our desires, adds up to the load of our storage, the memory, and that comes again and again on the surface of our mind, distracting us from the steadiness of our being on the path. So, the one who understands it and values the intellect's subtlety and intellect's availability only in the inquiry of the truth over above any other information gathering. Don't get what do you call disturbed by or wrongly affected by the people who have got plenty of worldly knowledge. There's so many people, they are the jack of all, many things there. But we are studying Shastras, we are very clear to know that everything is known, but the Tattva Gnana is not known, then nothing is known. So our focus is only in knowing the Tattva Gnana. Our focus is not on anything else. बाकी सारे चीजें थोड़ा भी नहीं पता कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है बट तत्व ज्ञान पक्का पता है the others may know so many things but what will that knowledge do They only instigate our mind, instigate our senses, make us a bhogi and worldly person and a samsari. What is the need of it? And we are known one thing about the entire world. Thank God, all of that is the projection only of the mind. Nothing is real. And the reality is a substratum in all of them, and we are seeking it. So we are in a better place. Therefore, they need not be the misguidance to us. Whether they get guidance from us or not, we have to protect ourselves. At the intellectual level. And then fourth one is, first one is at the body level, two things. The third one is senses, fourth is mind, fifth intellect. The sixth one is what? When we prefer ourselves to be, you know, truly more spiritual personality, spiritual seeker than a person famous in the world and worldliness. In this one subtle thing is spiritually sadhana doing, spiritually growing personality we are. Not on the name of spirituality, trying to become famous in the world. Anna, that there are two types of being famous. One, we by our efforts become famous, whether we are sadhaka or not, doing all those gimmicks, fooling already foolish people of the world. This is one way of becoming famous. Second is we have achieved our own goal. The Lord is making us famous because He wants to get the work done through us, His work of spirituality. That is very good. That is His Ishwarecha. But from our side, let us not. Right? Like nowadays, there is no Shishya at all available in the world because everybody is a guru. Everybody will learn anything. Oh, 10 श्लोक गीता का सीख लिया, then they will teach someone and हमारे गुरु ने गीता सिखा दिया हमको, हमारे गुरु ने वो सिखा दिया. Then थोड़ा सा जपा उपासना, you learn it and tell someone and you have become guru there. To become famous, people do lots of gimmicks. It's a very terrible माया मोह. हमें ऐसा नहीं, हमको परमात्मा के चरण में जाना है. So I am within myself spiritual truth seeking personality. Outside, I am not concerned about how much people are looking at me or knowing me or giving me importance or value. Why all of that? Again, distractions only. And everything that is distraction for us being in the self are not worthy of entertaining. So prefer that sadhaka, growing sadhaka over the personality or the vyaktitva which is becoming famous in the world. It's a mithya maya. So I become famous throughout my life. Everybody knows me. And one day I die. And those who know me, they also die along with me. Maybe that's 15 saal idhar udhar. And what is the use for them and for me? If I have done my sadhana, then that's good for me. In doing that sadhana, if I inspired others, that's good for them. That's way we have to live at the aham level, individuality level. In the same way, when we finally prefer the anubhuti, adhyatmic anubhuti over any of the jagatic anubhutis of this world or the other, which is very tough. है ना? We want the outer worldly anubhuti also and also adhyatmic anubhuti. They doesn't go together. So you choose that, you have to leave this. And you have to choose this one, we should be able to say no to that. That's the whole thing yesterday we saw in the first sadhana. Bhashya Vishaya Parityagena, the first one of the five sadhanas told by Bhagavan Adi Shankara toward the end of the 11th mantra, Bhashya, before that Gita sadhanas. So Bhashya Vishaya Parityagena, then the Phalapeksharahita Shrutasmartha Karma, then leading to the Vishuddha Antakarana, then leading to the Yogaruda Sthiti, then leading to Samadhi Sampada. Then we do the sadhana of what is it? Yogi Yunjita Satatam Atmanam Rahasi Sthitaha Ekaki Yatachittatma. Each of those words we saw. Very powerful, very important instructions they were. So in these six things, when we are very, very careful, then we are meaning business. So too, our one more thing, if it is not added, subject is not complete, our bhakti sharanagati to the Lord, Guru and Shastra, and that is only for Paramatma Prapti, not for anything else. Without the anugraha of them, it will not happen. Without the bhakti, the anugraha will not come And the bhakti has to be only for the adhyatmikata, not for anything else. In these things, the more we become clear, we become single pointed, we become pakka, we become unchanging, we are helping ourselves. Either not having these convictions or again and again getting compromised in them, forgetting them and going back again and again into the worldliness is not a very good sign of an adhyatmika person. What to do? We are in this world and people, things, activities. इन सब में हमको ना 10% तो जरूर करना होता है, 90% हम सर में डाल के करते हैं सर पे. Because of that, these all happen. That instead of valuing the spirituality in total, we end up in valuing the world and worldliness only. You know, we are not bad, we are good people. But goodness is not sufficient. We have to be genuine. We have to be serious. We have to be sincere. We have to be intelligent. We have to be smart. So many चीजें मिलकर साधना होता है. गुडनेस से बहुत कम फायदा होता है. गुड we have to use all our brains and all abilities in that way. Like in any other outer worldly fields also, people who are successful, they are not only good, they are smart, they are intelligent, they are hardworking. They are very, very thorough in their understandings. Then only they succeed continuously. हमें भी थोड़ा स्मार्ट इंटेलिजेंट आध्यात्मिक दृष्टि से बनना है टू कॉन्कर आवर ओन सेल्स. आवर स्मार्टनेस इंटेलिजेंस इज नॉट फॉर आउटर बिजनेसेस और टू डिफीट आउटर पीपल. नो नो नो, हम उस तरफ नहीं जाएंगे. वी आर वेरी क्लियर अबाउट इट. सो मे वी रिसीव द ब्लेसिंग्स, मे वी मेक यूज ऑफ देम. लेट अस हैव दैट ग्रेटिट्यूड एटीट्यूड. Let us have that sincerity of utilizing them and show it to the Lord. Hey Bhagwan, you gave me these blessings, so I am using them for this way and hope it's okay, good for you. Please continue blessing me. ऐसा हिम्मत होना है, नॉट सर झुका है कि you gave me human life but I lived like a buffalo. You have given me daily satsang Upanishads but I was always in Dussanga only. You made me retired and made me so free. Their children, wife, they're all so busy in their own activities. And I have not used it for my sadhana. सर झुका के भगवान के सामने नहीं खड़े होना, सर उठाकर. You gave me freedom, I enjoyed in doing sadhana. You gave me the health, I have done all my sadhanas. You gave me the satsangas, I went and studied. भगवान जो जो आपने दी, I tried my best. This best is best or not in your opinion, you decide. But then मैं तो sincere. I may be unintelligent. I may be less capable. Okay, but I am sincere. I am intelligent. No, I'm not intelligent. I am sincere. I am hard worker. I tried my best. इस तरह हमें भगवान के सामने सर उठा के, गुरुओं के सामने, not सर झुकाने वाले. Isn't it? So maybe that way भी सर उठाकर जीने वाले बने. ओम 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्य दिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्यादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरस्थित शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भक्ति भगवत भक्ति देवता भक्ति गुरु भक्ति शास्त्र भक्ति सत्संग भक्ति साधना भक्ति सेवा भक्ति माता पितृभक्ति देशभक्ति धर्म भक्ति सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थ वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे आदौ पारायणम फ्रेंड्स 6th chapter let us do the parayanam from 11th mantra to the 15th mantra. ओम दशष्टोऽध्यायः ओम एको देवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा कर्माध्यक्षः सर्वभूताधिवासः साक्षी चेता केवलो निर्गुणश्च एको वशी निष्क्रियाणां बहूनाम् एकं बीजं बहुधा यः करोति तमात्मस्थं येन पश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषां नित्यो नित्यानां चेतनश्चेतनानाम् एको बहूनां यो विदधाति कामान् तत्कारणं साङ्ख्ययोगाधिगम्यं ज्ञात्वा देवम् उच्यते सर्वपाशैः न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति एकोऽहं सः भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये स एवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः तमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय ओम शांति शांति शांतिः ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतन्नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओम शांति शांति शांतिः अथ द्वादशो मंत्रः फ्रेंड्स 12th mantra straight away we enter. So in the 11th mantra said although brahmanubhuti is the hetu for moksha, although there are two paths of that brahmanubhuti moksha, one is kramena another is sadhyo, yet please use or choose the sadhyo mukti. Why do you delay? That is a lovely healthy advice by anyone. उसमें कोई विशेषता नहीं है. एनी मेच्योर लविंग पर्सन एडवाइजेस दैट ओन. जब हमको कुछ अच्छा लक्ष्य बना तो why should we delay it? You have one very powerful in the sentence in the Sanskrita, it's called as Shubhasya Shighram. Shubha Karmanah Shigrameva Karaniyam. Shubhasya Shighram. Ashubha ko we have to go on tala postpone. But Shubha ka turant karna. So in the moksha is Brahma Jnana, it's possible through Sadhya Mukti. Let us do that Shubha Karya Shigra Rupen. Otherwise, Alasyam, when we are lazying, that looks to be tasty because you are indulging in the world, but it is Visham. Alasyam Amrutam Visham. There is another quotation. It's a Visha only going on postponing our sadhana. And when you want to do good things, nobody outsider. Inner only there is an enemy. The Vignas come. We should be aware of them. Shreyamsi Bahu Vignani. In the Shreya Marga, Aneka Vigna comes. Our own intellect which is very thoroughly convinced. Again becomes Dila. Again it says, Chalo, other conviction. Conviction to come to the class every day. Then say, no, every day I can't come, only Saturday, Sunday I'll come. On Saturday also I'm busy, I can't come. Sunday I can't get up. Gone. We only are our the enemies or the Shatrus or Vigna. So knowing all of that, we have to manage. Now, here the Bhagavan Adi Shankarji, for the 12th mantra, he is giving the Sambandha Bhashyam. What is it? Yasmat Jnana Anantaram Parama Purushartha Siddhi. Tasmat. Yasmat, because Jnanantaram, that the Brahman, when it is known or realized, Parama Purushartha Siddhi, the supreme Purushartha of the moksha is obtained. Tasmat. Therefore what? When this is the best thing to be obtained, therefore obtain it by putting all the efforts. Tasmat. Therefore, the Shruti Mata says. Now we are doing the mantra, repetition and twice. Om Etadgneyam Nityameva Samstham Etadgneyam Nityameva Samstham Nata Param Veditavyam Hi Kinchit Nata Param Veditavyam Hi Kinchit भोक्ता भोग्यं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा भोक्ता भोग्यं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत् सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत् टुगेदर एतद्ज्ञेयं नित्यमेवात्मसंस्थं नातः परं वेदितव्यं हि किञ्चित् भोक्ता भोग्यं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत् एतद्ज्ञेयं नित्यमेवात्मसंस्थं नातः परं वेदितव्यं हि किञ्चित् भोक्ता भोग्यं प्रेरितारं च मत्वा सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत्. The very powerful shlokas, each one of these. I don't know how much we are entering into the word by word meaning of it, literal meaning of it, then the indicated feeling inside to us. Is it coming? If it comes, we get inspired only to pursue it all the time. So connect it. Yasmat jnananantaram paramapurushartha siddhi tasmat etat gneyam. So etat Brahma Paramatmanam gneyam. This alone is worthy of knowing. Etat gneyam. The self, the Brahman alone has to be known. See, have we become that much single pointed seekers of the Brahman as a result of our Shastras so many days? How much depth is there in it, how much seriousness there in it, how much sincerity is there in it, how much efforts are there in doing this. Etad gneyam. That's what decides our quickness of moksha. Whether we are sadhakas or not, that also is decided on this basis. Etad gneyam. And then one by one word, nityam. Nityam etad gneyam means to know that only always we have to prepare. To know that only always we have to do what we have to do. And then knowing that, be in that only all the time. Nityam is all the time, the self alone has to be obtained and we have to establish in it after knowing it. Before that, the sadhana, before that, preparations. So, etad gneyam nityam. है ना? And where is this? The self has to be realized. कौन से दुकान में, कौन से मकान में, कौन से मंदिर में? ना 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 ना, आत्म samstam, which is there inside you as your own self. So this Brahman, which is a giver of moksha, has to be known within ourselves as our own self. See the spashtata in it. इतना सुनकर भी again our intellect still neglects this knowledge. It says, ये आप जो शास्त्र की बात कह रहे हो, we'll do it later on. First, let me, as ever, give importance to the Sharira, Indriya, Prana, Mana. What they are wanting, let me do it first. And there is no end to their demands. And thus, with all spiritual knowledge heard, we continue to be a samsari. Isn't it? The Pakka samsari who never studies Shastras, he is better than us because na ghar ka na ghat ka reh jate hain. So, Atma Samstam Etad Neyam Nityam. Are we becoming Pakka in this knowledge? Accordingly, the deep depth of sincerity. Thus, the whole day schedule is made only in trying to know the self. All other are kept away. Unless too important, I'm not involving anything. And there's nothing important in the world. People are happily managing the show without me. So, etat gneyam, the Brahman alone has to be known. Nityam, all the time our effort consciously on that only. Atma samstam is there in our own self as ourself. What about the other things which are so attractive for me to know? Na atah param veditavyam hi kinchit. The two things. Atah param means beyond this, there is nothing thing existing to know. That way it is ultimate. इससे बढ़कर और कोई है ही नहीं है, यही सबसे बड़ा है. Therefore it becomes the ज्ञेय वस्तु. Now atah param veditavyam. One meaning. Second meaning is what? Atah param means other than this. Na veditavyam. You should not know them. Because knowing them, see, knowing the Brahman makes us become one with Brahman and gives us moksha. Knowing anything other than Brahman creates the desire in us about it and pushes us to become a samsari, a jiva, a worldly person. Na ata param veditavyam hi kinchit. Therefore, don't try to use your intellect to know anything other than Brahman, then that gives reality to it. Then that creates in us a feeling to possess it or obtain it. Immediately we fall to the level of a jiva, a karta, a bhokta, a samsari, a janma maran mein फंसने वाला total samsari. We become so. Like in Taittiriya Upanishad we saw no, कि very clearly it is said कि medhaya pihitaha. Oh Lord Omkara Rupa, you are covered hidden behind the Medas. Which Medas? Laukika Pragnaya. How perfectly our Bhagavan Adi Shankarji said. All our desire to pursue the self, effort to pursue the self, are covered and neutralized because something else we are keeping on knowing, and that is not stopping there. That jnana becoming ichcha becoming kriya. Knowing of something is creating desire for it, making us work for it. And when we get it, we are going through as a bhokta, and that's creating vasanas and all. That's becoming a routine. That alone we are doing the most beautiful self and realize there is moksha. उसके तरफ टाइम ही नहीं मिल रहा है. No time, no energy, no interest. The Maya of the power of Maya is that it just takes away the interest. You are attending classes, yet what is to be known and experienced is the world only. Spiritual sadhana करके परमात्मा को पाना है इच्छा, as the worldly people don't have, we also will not have. That much power is there in this Maya delusion. We have to be very careful with ourselves. How long anybody should remind us? Should we not remember for ourselves these things? So the Shruti Mata says, Na atah param veditavyam hi kinchit. He means verily. Kinchi means even an iota also. Atah param means other than this. Na veditavyam means you should not mind or bother. First know the truth, know the reality, know the substratum. Then be safe. Because the reality is known, you are safe. Then play the play of the projected things. Then you will never have a samsara. If the real is not known, the unreal is taken as real. Because it's unreal, it will never give you what you want. Then it's like a mirage water, running, only one day to die. All of us are going to die. Daud lagate हुए to achieve that which is like mirage water. In that, everything we obtained, everything we indulged in, but none of them gave that completeness, the trupti. On the other hand, when we pursue the Brahman and realize it, it's a purnata in that, completeness in that, satisfaction, trupti in that, fulfillment, self. It's called as kritakrityata. Krutyam kritaha. Yesterday we saw, no? So, etad vedyam, etad gneyam, nityameva atmasamstam, nata param veditavyam hi kinchit. Now we ask, how to know this? What is the meaning of knowing it is? Bhokta bhogyam preritaram cha matva. Knowing that Brahman alone is expressing as the bhokta, I the jiva experiencer, bhogyam, other than me of the entire world which I am experiencing, preritaram, the monitor of these two, the Ishvara. So these Triputi is the one which is projected on the Ishvara, Brahma. When these three are thoroughly understood and they are transcended, then we'll discover that Brahman. So behind the Ishvara alone is the Brahman. Behind the Jiva alone is Brahman. Behind the Jagat alone is Brahman. On that Brahman only, because of our not knowing him or valuing him, these three are projected and we are living this. Now, when we give up the Bhogya, we are no more Bhokta. When Bhogya, Bhokta are given up, then the Preritas importance also is not there in our life. At that calm and quiet moment, that inner self, which is already said, Atma Samstam Nityam Kahana, that we can comprehend, that we can realize. So, in this way, Bhokta Bhogyam Preritaram cha Matva. Matva means Jankar, knowing that he alone is becoming the Prerita Ishvara, the Bhokta bhi and the Bhogya, the world in front. इन तीनों में ब्रह्म ही है. इन तीनों को इंपॉर्टेंस देना छोड़ दोगे तो ब्रह्म पता चलेगा. So that's why he says sarvam proktam proktam. All these three things, bhokta, bhogya and prerita. Prerita Ishvara with his Ananta Shaktis. Bhogya Vastus with Ananta Rupas. Bhokta enjoying the Ananta Rupa, these worldly things. All of them are Trividam Sarvam Proktam Brahmam Etatu. So this should be very clear. The Bhogya, the Bhokta and the Prerita. All the three are Brahman only. We have to realize it. So Brahman is hidden behind them. So we are valuing these three, therefore Brahman remaining as hidden. When we value him more than these three, expressing as devaluing these three, then we will be revealed of that Brahma Tattva in us. Now see that how practical is this thought. All the time I am the Bhokta of the Bhogya Vastu. And running behind the Ishvara, ye Bhogya Vastu de do, ye Bhogya Vastu de do. He says Tatastu, Tatastu. I know, like the children go on asking the eatable, the watchable, the enjoyable. The stupid parents keep on giving. Neither the children ask, Papa, हमको सत्संग ले जाओ, nor the father knows it because himself is a murak. He himself never goes to satsang. How will he take his children? In the same way, Ishvara is our father. We always ask him as the Bhogya Vastu. He says, ठीक है तू मांग रहा है तो मैं दे रहा हूँ. And getting those Bhogya Vastu, we are becoming Bhokta. Where is Brahman? Brahman is behind all these three. He alone misunderstood as the Jiva, misunderstood as the Jagat, misunderstood as the Ishvara. And that we are valuing, that we are thinking as ultimate. Most importance we are giving it to that only. Ajnan ke karan. Now we can't afford to do that. After listening to Upanishads, especially this mantra. The knowing of the Brahman is moksha. Brahman is hidden behind this Triputi of Jiva Jagadishvara. Jiva Jagadishvara is too much valued by us. Therefore, we are not able to comprehend the Brahman. Therefore, let us devalue them. The total dependence on Ishvara is gone. Because I have no desire for the Bhogya Vastu. Because I don't want to be the Bhokta. Then what do you want to be? I want to be the Jnata. मुझे जिज्ञासु बनना है. जिज्ञासु बनकर ज्ञान पानी है. किसका? About the substrate. Just feel free in your mind. The whole world of Nama Rupa. Everybody sees that with their Indriyas. I am also seeing. The whole world of Sukshma Nama Rupa. In the mind of mine, I see like that everybody sees. There's nothing important, great about it. I want to see that non-seeable through the faculties, the substratum. And that cannot be seen as an object. It is Atma Samstam, subject only. Let me go to that experience. देखो, something special in life as we try to do something special, get something special, enjoy something special. In total, the spirituality is the special most thing. In that also, trying to catch that substratum is the highest special endeavor. The special missions in this world, lot of missions are there. Governmental, private, individualized group of people. कोई ना कोई service oriented missions or profit oriented missions or selfishness oriented missions, they go on having. That's how the world remains dynamic all the time. We also have to have the mission. Our mission is knowing the self. Silently, secretly, within ourselves, preparing ourselves with all the knowledge gained through the Shastras. है ना, धीरे धीरे हमारा खुशी के साथ, मौज के साथ, मस्ती में रहते हुए, झूमते हुए, we should go towards the source, the reality. What struggling frustration in this world which is ever obtained yet never obtained. Always with us, and yet not giving sukha, instead of that, giving dukkha only. See that nowadays the people, how much frustrated they are in their own family, where by choice they got that woman as a wife and they got children, and still dukhi rehte hain. Because you cannot have sukha anywhere there. Sukha is only in the Sukha Swarupa Brahman. That's all your love to them, your duty to them, your obligation to them, your runavimukti to them. How can you expect Sukha Shanti from them? That expectation is thwarted, therefore, you become miserable because of her, she becomes miserable because of you, children become miserable because of both of you, the neighbors enjoy because they're jealous of you. अच्छा यार लोग लड़ा रहे, आज के दिन लड़ रहे हैं लोग, चलो मजा आया, टाइम पास. Clear about this. Bhokta bhogyam preritarancha matva. है ना? Then sarvam proktam trividham brahmam etat. Our attention is that which is beyond this tripati, that reality we have to experience. है ना? Mind intellect say nahi, nahi. The vasanal say nahi, nahi. Let's go outside. Let us enjoy the same things. That is where the individual's power of discrimination is tested there. In his own inner deeper thinking, क्या क्या जीवन जी रहा है इतना, शास्त्र पढ़कर भी still I am worldly. Unless from within that light comes. That will come again when we pray to the Lord Guru. Hey Bhagavan, hey Guru, make me adhyatmic more and more. Enough of all this. I know you only gave me all of this on my own demand and insistence. At that time I was मूर्ख बेवकूफ. मैं मांगूंगा तो भी मत देना और मैं मांगूंगा भी नहीं. If I ask you only this clarity about the Tattva Jnana, preparation for Tattva Jnana, sadhana for Tattva Jnana, and the siddhi of Tattva Jnana. Jnana means anubhuti. Oh Lord, please bless me single pointedly, exclusively only for this. Oh total Prakriti, bless me only in this path. Don't tempt me. Oh Guru, guide me in this way. Oh, all the Rishi Muni, please bless me that way. Oh Shruti Mata, it is not enough that I am studying you. I need your blessings. That unknown subtle power, when you go on invoking through prayer and do sankalpa to ourselves also, enough of all this nonsense. है ना, स्वस्ति कहना चाहिए हमको, बस हो गया. From today, November 2, 2024, I am purely 100% spiritual seeker. My whole day schedule is only this. अब ऐसा करते जाएगा बंदा तो ही मैच्योर स्पिरिचुअल, है ना. इंटेलेक्चुअल नॉलेज मेच्योरिटी को होता है, प्रिपरेशन मेच्योरिटी को होता है, एक्चुअली डूइंग द साधना वो मेच्योरिटी है. आफ्टर दिस थ्री ओनली द ग्लिम्सेस, द अनुभूति. अनुभूति, first I am not the body anubhuti. I am not Indriyas, Antakarna, Upadhi Anubhuti. I am just a pseudo individuality, that Anubhuti. Then that pseudo individuality as the real individuality, as the substratum that is called as self in all Shastras, becoming aware of it. These are all the greater goals, higher goals. All other goals, not worthy of seeking. So, in this way, Shruti Mata systematically, sloka by sloka, having giving us the guidance, now she has come to this point. Etat gneyam nityam nityam eva atma samstam natah param veditavyam hi kinchito. I told you again, when you know the self, you become one with self, it is infinite, mukti ho gaya. Other than the self, when we know it, जानते ही उसके बारे में डिजायर हो जाएगा, then it will pull us into the worldliness. ना परम वेदितव्यम किंचित, then भोक्ता भोग्यम प्रेरितारंच मत्वा सर्वम प्रोक्तम त्रिविधम ब्रह्ममेतत्. So matva means understand the whole world is made up of these three, जीव जगत ईश्वर, and all these Brahman alone. उपासना भी करो ऐसा, reject them to reject accepting them to be other than Brahman. Same time, Focus only on the substratum more and more, not on the superficial. Like a very shrewd intellectual, doctor ho ya counselor ho ya any boss. What the patient saying, what the subordinate saying. Through those words, he pierces to know the purity, the intention, the honesty of the person, the clarity. है ना? He has learned that art. कि उनको पता है कि वो शब्द जो बोल रहा है वो पीछे उसका इंटेंशन नहीं है. लाइक द गुरुस नो वो द डिसेबल्स कम एंड डू नमस्कार चमत्कार. अब इसके अंदर कितना गहराई है भक्ति का, शरणागति का, और ऊपर ऊपर है ये जानते हैं. सेम वे आर दे सीकिंग द ट्रुथ फ्रॉम मी और द वर्ल्डली थिंग्स, दे नो इट, accordingly only they respond. In the same way, we have to go beyond all these Ishvara Jiva Jagat and see the substratum, learn the art of it. And that has to maintain for such a long time. Outside, inside, karte, karte, karte. Only thing is this gross, subtle, causal is scope we have to transcend. And cause of all causes, that substratum, we have to experience. It has no words to talk about. It has no form to be shown about. It is only Anubhava Gamya. Anubhava is the only pramana for it. Right? Now let us go through it with the Bhashyam. Spend some time. Ki etat gneyam is the word. So etat. What is etat? Prakritam. That which is in the context which we are studying from last few mantras. What is that? Kevala, one without second. Atma, the inner self. Akasha, which is like the Akasha, the Gunas, which is mentioned in all Shastras as Brahma Rupam. So Kevala Atma Akasha Brahma Rupam is the meaning of Etat. Kevala means it's one without second. In that Jiva Ishwara Jagat Bheda is not there. And Atma, it is my own self. And is like Akasha, Ananta, Sukshma, Nirakara, Nirvikara. These are the Lakshanas of the Akasha. So too, the inner Kevala Atma is Ananta, Atyanta Sukshma, Nirakara, therefore Nirvikara and also Niravayava. It has no form, has no modifications, it is no limbs at all in it. Therefore, no Janma, no Jara, no Marana. Akash ka Janma Marana hota hai. When we close our Antakarana, like in sleep, Akasha is not there. Then we wake up again when the mind wakes up, Akasha comes. Akasha is conditioned in time. It's a product of the mind. देश काल मन की कल्पनाएं हैं, इसलिए मन में ही वो जन्म लेते. मन खुद जब goes to the sleep, देश काल also go again they come. But Paramatma never ends. Even our individuality goes into sleep in the layavastha. It is always there. So Kevala, Atma, Akasha, then Brahma, bigger than the biggest. Brahma Rupa, infinite. Brahat means infinite. Brahma is infinite. Akasha is Sukshma Ityadi. Atma means our own self. Kevala is in that there is no other thing other than it. That is the meaning of Etat. Etat Prakrutam. Kevala Atma Akasha Brahma Rupam. So Etat. This one Nityam. What's the Nityam means? Niyamena. Nitya means niyamena. Niyam means keeping the niyama to oneself. That my only goal is to know this Atman, to know this Brahman. This is called niyamena. Nityam word is explained by Shankara as niyamena. So अपने आप को नियमन करना, control करना, कि only this I will know, I will not waste my time in trying to know something else. Second is niyamena means regular all the time. Third, following all the niyamas. So decision rupi nityata niyamata, then regularity rupi nityata niyamata, and following the path techniques required for that. This is called third meaning of the nityam or niyamena. So I am niyama in my decision that I want to know only the truth. I am nitya and niyama that I am pursuing only that. And niyamena means I know the niyamas, the rules, regulations are the path to be followed to know it. That's the meaning of nityam. What is to be done? Nityam gneyam. Etat prakrutam kevala atma akasha brahma rupam nityam niyamena gneyam. है ना, लाइक नियम होते हैं ना, रूल्स रेगुलेशन, आपको टाइम को ऑफिस को आना है, वो नियम है, पूरा समय रहकर 5:30 तक इवनिंग यू हैव टू वर्क, देन ओनली यू हैव टू गो, नियम. So too, only knowing the Brahman is the niyama. For no other reason I am alive on this earth or the globe. Till that much of single pointed dedication for the Atman comes, our efforts cannot be in that line. And if the efforts are not put for the Atma Prapti, it's not the problem of not putting the efforts for Atma Prapti. The problem is we'll put effort for something else. That will take us away from the self. That is more danger. साधना नहीं करने से, साधना नहीं करना ही नहीं होता, संसार हो जाता है. देन वी आर कॉट. लाइक यू डोंट कम टू द क्लास, it's not that you are not only not coming to the class, something else we do in which the worldliness enters. For a spiritual seeker I am saying, दो तरह का नुकसान है, isn't it? दो तरह का फायदा भी है. when we involve in the class, you are learning the knowledge also, then we are saving ourselves from the involving in the unwanted samsara creating world. So that's why niyamena word is the meaning given to the word nitya. Nitya is the Shruti Mataka, nityam. Bhagavan Adi Shankara, nitya ka anyway you know the meaning all the time. I'll give another meaning. Nitya means niyamena. Niyam matlab nischayana yamanam. Means I am controlling myself in such a manner that this alone is my goal. All other goals I have selected and deleted. That's called one niyamana. Second is niyamana means all time. Then that time nitya is the word you can use. Third niyama, what are the rules, regulations to be followed to know the self, following them. Niyamena. Etat niyamena. Okay. Second, two things are said. Etat prakrutam kevala atma akasha brahma rupam niyamena. Nityam is niyamena, gneyam to be known. Now, kim atra anya samstam? That this atman to be searched somewhere else, staying in something else. Anya may include everything. In the Guru, you want to see him. In the Vigraha of the Lord in the temple, you have to see him. Or in some other people, you have to see. Or in the Prakriti. Where do you have to see that? Kimatra Anya Samstam? Na. Na. Nahi. Fir kaha? Swa Atma Samstam. In your own self. Gneyam. So add two words to the Gneyam. Niyamena Gneyam, Atma Samstam Gneyam. Make it as a rule, only one thing to pursue, and Atma Samstam Gneyam, it is there in your own self. To substantiate it, Bhashyakara says, Na anatmani bahye. Everything other than me is anatma. Are in the anatma, how do you find the atma? Maharaj? So, na anatmani bahye, but atma samstam gneyam. So, kim atra anya samstam, no, na, then swatma samstam gneyam. Na anatmani bahye. Not in the not self outside. Though become antarmukhi. आत्मा को अनात्मा के रूप में कैसे जानते हैं प्यारे? उसको आत्मा रूप में ही जानना है, isn't it? और जानना भी not useful, not correct word. How do you know? Because you know something other than you only. So that's why you can't use any language or word. You be the self, that's it. So this much we have said. Na atma gneyam, na atmani bahye. Then quotation. Shruyate cha. Not only here, in other Shrutis also said that the self first has to be realized as the Atman inside. Same all is there everywhere. That's called Brahmatma Ikya Bodha. So first I have to realize that Kevala Atma Akasha Rupa Brahma in me as myself. In me as myself, my real inner self. So Shruyate Cho, where is it said in Kata Upanishad? देखो तमात्मस्थम येनु पश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां शान्तिः शाश्वती न इतरेषाम्. है ना, that mantra of Kathopanishad in the Dvitiya Adhyaya Dvitiya Valli in that 12th mantra. Nityo Nityanam Chetanaschetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman Tamatmastam Yenu Pashyanti Dhiraha Tesham Sukham Shashvatam Tesham Shanti Shashwati Netaresham. In fact, in today's our Parayana also same thing was there, even in this very Upanishad. क्या कहा? Tam. That means that Brahman being in the self as the self. Ye, whoever through the sadhana anupashyanti have tried to see, started knowing, started establishing in it. And for that, till that happens, continuous constant struggle only for that should be there. That ability, that intellection. Both of them put together are said in one word called a धीरा. धीरा मतलब जो ज्ञान जानता है कैसे आत्मा को पकड़ना है. धीरा ऑल्सो मीन्स आत्मा को पकड़ने तक वही वाला काम करते हुए अपना धैर्य उसी में दिखा रहा है, धीरज नहीं खो रहा है. He's not losing his patience and perseverance and giving it up and again going back to the worldliness because which is easier. Worldly thing is easy because habits. But a Dhira Purush says, how much ever maybe it may be easy, I am not going to go for it. And how much ever tough it may be, the inner self, I'll only pursue that. The Dhairya along with the Dhirata, the Buddhi, the Jnanam, both of them are the meaning of the word Dhira. So Dhiraha. So Tam, that Parabrahman, Atmastam, in his own self, ye, whoever they may be, Anupashyanti. One Anupashyanti is the regularity at the time of sadhana till it is reached. After reaching the Anupashyanti means always staying in that only. For that, what is required is dhirata, the intellectual knowledge, dhirata, patience and perseverance while trying that. Then tesham, to them only, shanti shashwati, the eternal immutable peace in brackets sukha. Neither esham, not to anyone. So here the quotation is used here by Adi Shankara Bhagavan to substantiate what is said by Shruti Mata here. Tam atmastam anupashyant. That Brahman has to be realized in oneself as one's own self. So to insist this point, this quotation is given because quotation says so. Tam atmastam ye dhiraha pashyanti tesham shashwati shanti naitaresha. They only get the eternal peace. Others get pieces, but not the peace. Singular peace they don't get. They get pieces only of the world without any peace. So this is a quotation from Katha Upanishad. Iti tathacha again Shiva Dharmottare. In the Shiva Dharmottara Purana also, Yoginam Atmani Sthitihi. The yogi is he, accomplished, fulfilled, completed yogi is he who has established his identity with his inner self, not with any of the upadhis nor anything outer. So that beautiful mantra, and then we also see the mantra again from one or two more. कि शिवमात्मनि पश्यन्ति प्रतिमासु न योगिनः आत्मस्थं यः परित्यज्य बहिस्थं यजते शिवं हृत्स्थं पिण्डम् उत्सृज्य लिह्यात् कूर्परमात्मनः सर्वत्रावस्थितं शान्तं न पश्यन्ति इह शङ्करं ज्ञानचक्षुर्विहीनत्वात् अन्धः सूर्यः यथोदितं सूर्यमिथोदितं यः पश्येत् सर्वगं शान्तं तस्याध्यात्मस्थितः शिवः आत्मस्थं ये न पश्यन्ति तीर्थे मार्गन्ति ते शिवम् आत्मस्थं तीर्थमुत्सृज्य बहिस्तीर्थ्यादि व्रजेत् करस्थं स महारत्नं त्यक्त्वा काचं विमार्गति. Good examples are given to substantiate that. Don't look outside for the Parama Atma. When you call it Parama Atma, he is inside only. How can he be outside? So these quotations very sweet, very nice. We will see them tomorrow. In the same way, another meaning is given to that Pratyagatma Prapti by Adi Shankara Bhagavan, and then also he will give one or two more Kavashaya Gita shlokas. So in this way, this 12th mantra talks about Etad Gneyam Nityam Eva Atma Samstam Natah Param Veditavyam Hi Kinchitu भोक्ता भोग्यम प्रेरितारं च मत्वा त्रयं यदा विन्दते ब्रह्ममेतत् सर्वं प्रोक्तं त्रिविधं ब्रह्ममेतत्. So the whole world perceived by me, the perceiver me, and both of them have come from a totality, the Ishvara, he. All the three are nothing but the substratum, the Brahman. अब देखो ये महाब्रह्म ज्ञान है, वी हैव टू परस्यू दिस, व्हाई वेस्ट टाइम इन ऑल दोस थिंग्स, अदर थिंग्स. ये ब्रह्म प्रयत्न बहुत कठिन मुश्किल, एंड यू एंड आई may not even deserve 1%. So what? We keep on doing it, the deservability will grow. With that faith, we'll pursue it. Right? Tomorrow we'll continue. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Great friends, thank you. Join in 2-3 minutes for Gita.